There is so much junk in this room now, it's not even funny. Garbage day is going to be horrible. Anyways, welcome to my bedroom. You're right next to my desk. You can see it by all the desk. This is the new server rack for Earn KNA. My little internet radio station. If you'd like to check it out, you can visit tinyurl.com/KNA radio. Anyway, so let's look here at the rack. This is a Sysrax 18U open frame server rack. So at the very top here, well, on top of, the very top thing, my Mantis Q40 just sent for repair, but I've just got this here right now. Well, it's kind of going to stay here. This is just kind of my utility keyboard, and if something goes wrong, I can do that. But it's going to be responsible for setting up the computers, because they need to set back up, because they're on Ethernet now. Below that is my beloved Sage 1822 EAS NDEC. This is the NDEC. I don't care. So this is the NDEC that actually runs the station. Below this is my Hollyan HU961. This does nothing. I need to rig up a permanent power supply for it. I actually have its monitor number 1 connected to the one of the outputs of the Sage, just for craps and giggles, because the 961 is terrible. But I love it. And it talks, which is cool. Below this, you'll see I've got 4 of these shelves. These are Pile 1U rack mount shelves, and they're actually vented. All of the stuff here only mounts to the front. I do not have anything long enough to need rails. On this top shelf, you have my Midland 74-200, which is acting as my monitor number 1, which is WX84, no weather radio. I was using a Midland ER102 for this, but unfortunately that is not going to work in the rack. I would have to flip it on its back, which means the power connector would have to come through the shelf, and there are ventilation holes, but they're not large enough to permit that connector through. So back to the 74-200. Below this is my Recom R1650. I know you can't really see them the best because they're on shelves. My R1650C, which is acting as my monitor number 2 on WVAF-FM, which has flipped to Christmas music. I missed the flip because I didn't know when it was happening. The next 2 shelves down are Dell Latitude laptops, which are acting as my Earn monitors. The upper one monitors Earn CRTV, and the bottom one monitors my primary monitor for Earn JON from Fairfax, Virginia. And the CRTV machine also does my EAS logs. So there's a pseudo cable that will be plugged into the back of the Sage. Goes to USB, and that provides my logs into the GWES Earn Discord server and the main GWES Discord server. Now below that is a power distribution unit, or a PDU. Basically, fancy rack mount power strip. So since it's open frame, I can actually take you around the thing a little bit, and so you can see my terrible job at cable management. But I did try and keep things not organized, but I had an idea. So on the left side here, we've got power. So different bundles of cables for different devices, and that I tried adhering to the side of the shelf, but the weight of the cable keeps pulling it off, so I'll have to rig up something else for that. Maybe an L bracket, maybe just a lot more adhesive. I don't know. It was taped to the shelf, and that one is still taped. I'm using a lot of that adhesive. And I'll come back to that. But so over here's power. So any given device, its power connection will come out of the PDU, which you can see its outlets here. So it'll come out that and over to here, where it will come up the front and then branch off wherever it needs. Like the Sage's power connector, zip tied there and a few other places, and it comes up there and goes into it. On the right side is audio, and oh, I forgot to cut that zip tie. Is audio for my monitors, there are 4 of them, where they come out the back of the Sage and down the right side in the front, and in the back is Ethernet, also in the front sort of too, because before I was running everything on Wi-Fi. Because Starlink does not provide you an Ethernet jack. So I bought an adapter for the Starlink dish and Powerline Ethernet kit, which you can see one of the boxes. They're not synced up yet because the adapter's not here. Plugged into the wall there along with the cord that goes into the PDU. This is a TP-Link unmanaged Ethernet switch. It's not meant to be rack mounted. I thought it was, but it's not. I tried mounting it with a couple of screws, but it's just too wibbly-wobbly and kept falling off. So, adhesive. So it's just pretty much just taped to one of the posts. But it's there. It's not pretty, but I can't see it, so I don't care. And it's right here next to my desk. So if I need to update the configuration for the Sage, I don't even need to get out of my chair. I just plug the serial cable in and I can do it from my main computer. And I can be happy. Except I'm not happy. Now, the main station PC, which is a Dell Inspiron desktop, it's not going to fit on a rack shelf. So it's just kind of going to be like in the back. Just sort of behind everything. Just sort of sitting on the floor. At some point, I'd like to try and, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I want to have that particular computer involved in the station because it was Dad's computer. But so yeah. And I proved to you the Sage is working even though you can see the screen. Weekly go burr. I am not leaving the speaker connected. As soon as I'm done, like, testing everything, making sure it's all works and it's good and stable, I am unplugging the speaker, which is one wire in the back. And I've got a two-wire, sort of like a pigtail, which is coming from the line out of this to the line monitor one of the Holly Ann, which, if it was powered on right now, you would have seen it receive that weekly and not do anything with it, because I need to reprogram that thing, because it's still coded as a North Texas Civil Authority. But, so, yeah. Earn K&A is in a 40 double D rack. Enjoy.